Bansou Sentai Kizunager Generations, the Cobalt Ranger, and the Idol Sentai Kizuna Girls. The special begins at New World Stadium where the Kizuna Girls, Emily, Tsukasa, Tenri, Renaya, Teltina and Yudra are in the spectators to watch Kiyohiro Shindo's first live performance tour since he became an idol by the name Bond Singer. Among them are his parents Daigo and Yukari and sister Sumika, who is amazed upon his brother's image of becoming a celebrity and wishes to become an idol just like him, which Tenri replies she has the same wish too, while the Kizuna Girls talk about what if they became a group of idols, which according to Yudra and Teltina would make Togo and Logi very captivated to see them wearing something pretty and cute as singers, although the girls brush that off before the performance begins with Kiyohiro's first single play as he enters the stage, singing and dancing that applauses the audience including Sumika and Tsukasa. After the song, Kiyohiro thanks everyone for coming as he gives out his speech that seeing everyone from around the earth and another world who have come to see his performance and singing together forms a bond that could never be broken. Before he is about to sing his second song, however, was interrupted when giant pitch-black monsters smash into the stadium to attack Kiyohiro. Luckily, Togo as Kizuna Red arrives to stop them and also apologizes to his friends for being late because of a new video game that he's trying to get at the store, prompting the Kizuna Girls transform into yellow, pink, silver, gold, rise and magus respectively while getting the audience to safety, with Kizuna Red and Pink shielding Kiyohiro, who thanks them as he too transforms into Kizuna White to help his adopted brother and girlfriend against the giants, taking them outside where everyone, including the Shindo family, is rooting on the Bansou Sentai to finish them off, which the team end up doing so by using the Victory Kizuna Buster and Elemental Magus Bazooka. However, the victory was short when White's being taken by a mysterious black gown woman who uses her singing to bring in dark clouds and put everyone including Togo and Kiyohiro to sleep, stealing their bond energy, except for the Kizuna Girls who tried to rescue Kiyohiro, but the woman defeats them and escapes by revealing that the White Ranger is now hers to take, leaving both Tsukasa and Sumika, who also didn't get affected by the woman's voice, very upset. Back in the Falcon Kizuna beast known as the Fallinkit, the Kizuna Girls are trying to find the location where the woman have taken Kiyohiro while wondering how the seven didn't fall asleep upon listening to the woman's singing voice, as Sumika wants to join the girls for the sake of finding her brother since she and Kiyohiro have always been listening, dancing, and singing songs since they are little, including their family and Togo. Seeing Sumika's potential and her love for her brother, the Kizunager's new mentor Tenri gives her a new Kizuna brace and the Cobalt bond plate to become the new member to the Kizunagers, making her very honored, just until a portal appears bringing out Idol Kizuna Red, Toko Asagaki, wielding the origin bond plate that travel her to the new world, who reveals that the woman is in the Idol Kizuna 5's dimension, where the villain also put everyone into a deep sleep but not her and her teammates, and covered the sky in pitch black, to help Toko free her planet while instructing new recruit Sumika to fit in. The Kizuna Girls decide to become an idol group who will use their singing to light up the world and free Kiyohiro from the woman and wake up everyone, calling themselves the Idol Sentai Kizuna Girls. The 8 girls travel to Idol Kizuna 5's dimension in the Kizuna Redverse, where it is filled with various pitched black giants who are now called Criders, where they see Toko's teammates the Kizuna 45 getting defeated by those giants just until the Kizuna Girls arrive to help as they transform, perform their roll call with Sumika as Kizuna Cobalt, and attack the giants. During that, the Kizuna 45 reveal the location that the woman is inside her castle she used to conquer this dimension, which the girls thank them as they clear the path defeating every giant to head into the castle, where they confront the woman who will not let them take Kiyohiro away from her, as Kiyohiro somehow appears beside her as the bond killer much to the girls' horror as he begins to attack them, although the 8 try to weaken him but failed, as Cobalt tries to shout at bond killer to remember who he is as her brother. However, the outraged woman attacks her before doing so, allowing bond killer to attack the 7 leaving Cobalt alone against the woman. The Cobalt Ranger asks the woman why she wants her brother so much, to which the woman angrily explains to replace her own brother after his death, revealing herself as Idol Kizuna Red World Sumika, who lost her own brother Kiyohiro during the Kizuna 45's time against their own enemies, which resulted in Sumika to accept her dark bonds that were scattered after the bonded king's death to become an adult villain by the name Noryuzang to find the Kizuna 5's Kiyohiro to be with her, even using half of her dark bonds transfer to Kiyohiro to become Bond Killer, who she calls him Bond Kirakira, once again without Zetsuender's equipment. Cobalt is shocked that her counterpart has suffered losing her own brother, as she pityingly tells her that she's using that suffering on this dimension and the Kizunagers just to find this team's own Kiyohiro and bring those worlds into darkness, which Noryuzang screams in altercation against Cobalt that she doesn't want to suffer being alone and trapped in the darkness, and if it wouldn't for the villains the Kizuna 45 are dealing, none of the tragedy would have happened and she would be remain in the light with her brother, mocking her hero counterpart to be a dumb teenager accepting her fate as a ranger just to take away the one person Noryuzang loved so much. Kizuna Cobalt shouts in anger that she may have accepted that fate, but for the sake of not only saving her brother, but for everyone whose bond energy has been stolen thanks to her counterpart, as she uses her cobalt nunchucks to dodge every blast Noryuzang has fired but get hit by one as the woman, who proclaims to turn the multiverse into darkness where suffering doesn't exist while she and Kiyohiro stay in the light, uses her dark bonds of grief to create more Criders to kill Cobalt. However, she was saved by Kizuna 45 who brought in backup by the 3 Idol superheroine teams such as Huntrix from K-pop Demon Hunters, Idol Pretty Cure, and Miracle Tunes who encourage Cobalt to restore the light with her voice, which she thanks them and sings her brother's song, affecting Bond Killer who is about to finish the Kizuna Girls off, restoring his memory as Kiyohiro as he fell to the ground unconscious, making Noryuzang upset. Not only that, but it also give the girls strength to defeat the remaining Criders the 4 idol groups have left before turning their attention towards Noryuzang, who angrily screams at the girls for ruining the light she was trying to reobtain. However, Cobalt and the Kizuna Girls reveal that darkness may consume the worlds and its people. However, the aids of voices of singing and light can reach the innocent to hear and break free from the darkness as bonds are never broken like Kiyohiro said back in his first concert. Inspired by the 3 idol heroes, the 8 Kizuna Girls perform their single while the 4 teams try to distract Noryuzang from preventing the 8, whose singing brings back the light around the Idol Kizuna 5's world as well as the Kizunagers, including everyone to wake up and restoring their bond energy from Noryuzang who's in horror until the Kizuna Girls finish their song to perform their attack gathered from everyone's bond energy of support and cheers called Grand Finale, Kizuna Echo. Purifying Noryuzang back to her teenage Sumika self who, as she lies on the ground to die due to using every part of her dark bond energy which fuses to her own life, feels herself guilty for not restoring the light to herself and her brother, as Kizuna Cobalt reassures that her brother is still with her through the times of light and dark but she later cries she doesn't want to see her counterpart die. However, Kizuna 45 Sumika reassures her that if her voice can reach to people who are trapped in darkness, she can also use that voice to reach to the heaven for the 2 Sumikas, their voices and bonds to be connected, telling her and the Kizuna Girls to continue using those voices to light up the worlds that ignites the people's souls and bonds before she then faints into the afterlife to be with her brother, making Cobalt and the girls mourning her death. After taking Kiyohiro back to their own dimension and Toko Asagaki, along with the 3 idol heroines, bidding farewell to the girls to meet again, the 7 Kizuna Girls are getting applauded by everyone in the new world for saving the light, making Kiyohiro and Togo surprised and also confused on what just happened. A few days later, the 7 Kizuna Girls still confused as why they haven't been affected by Noryuzang's voice, maybe because the 7 have dreamed about becoming idols that block off her sleeping spell or getting into their own idol uniforms to attend a meet and greet with fans, while Kiyohiro and Togo looked on as the former was surprised to find out that her sister Sumika has become a new member to the Kizunagers. Even Togo couldn't believe it, despite the 4 Kizuna boys couldn't attend Kiyohiro's concert and the girls meet and greet due to stuff they're focused on. At the meet and greet, the Kizuna Girls reveal their intention on bringing light and igniting the bonds everywhere in New World and across the Redverse as they introduced themselves as New World Idols of Bonds, Idol Sentai Kizuna-Girls.